take into consideration, like I say, patience. You got to look at people from a different perspective because I made the same mistakes. Joe, I'm riding around with a bunch of dope with a bad fucking tag on a candy paint car. I got a bad tag.
The Box 7?
Box 7, I had a bad tag, Chuck. I'm driving with no license, man. And the police know I ain't got license. Coming through, bang, I said, oh, shit. I got a high-speed chase. Me and God bless his juicy with high-speed chase every time he see me. Pull up in the car, jump out. Now they know where I'm going at.
Yeah.
They go right to Ace House on 11th. Oh, and they go right to Ace House. They got me roped off.
Yeah.
Now I'm stupid as hell. But now, so when the kids do the same thing, I have to put in perspective like, damn, that was me 20 years ago.
Welcome to Felon X. Real stories, real redemption, real ones only. 3, 2, 1, go!
Bingo! That's right, Felons Ain't Failures podcast. We back in the building. It's your boy, Coach Chuck, the podcast pastor. And listen, today we're going to rock with our Felon X division. And I got a special guest with me today. More than a guest, this is my homeboy, this is my dog. And I ain't going to tell you too much about him. I'm going to let him tell you some stuff about himself. But, man, this is a solid dude. And I don't just say that. A lot of people in the city know I'm cool with a lot of people. But this is a guy that I consider a friend. This is a friend. If I need to talk, I know I can talk to him. Also, if it was something need to be said to me, I know he'll call me and say it. So no further delay. You know, we ain't going to hold back. I introduced to our FAF family community, Lorenzo Waterhead Biddines.
What's up, man? Lorenzo here, man.
What's happening with you, Zo?
Just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, you got to take a little bit of that cool shit off you, though, Zo.
I ain't trying to
My dog just laughing. Now that's him. My dog laid back. Before we begin, so tell people something about you real quick, and we're gonna hop into some stuff.
You know, I'm a father, devoted father. Changed my life a couple years ago from a son and daughters. Once was a network engineer, changed fields. I had a close friend of mine explain to me about bettering myself and giving myself a chance to get out of the box and explore the world. So I took him up on that offer and, you know what I'm saying, went on tour with a Rod Wave, started handling the merchandise and doing other things out there and kind of found something that I enjoyed, brought back the hustle, the hustle and bustle, you know. These kids nowadays call them plays, but being able to put things in perspective and buying something for one price, selling it for another price, handle logistics, it kind of put me back to when me and him had our thing coaching.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? I really didn't understand the concept of it. But doing that, you know what I'm saying, it helped me out and I have ups and downs and trials and tribulations. It ain't as easy to seem, but it gave me an opportunity to be there with my child, my youngest son, every day, watch him grow up, and give me a chance to enjoy life a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We definitely gonna get into it because I like how you brought up, which is gonna be an important part of our conversation. Same game, different product. You know, so we're gonna touch on that. But before we touch on that, you brought up something, so I want to dive in that a little bit. You say you had an opportunity to tour with Rod Wave. What is like? Let's just, for the people, even from my understanding, I ain't never toured with a star. So you know what I'm saying, being close up and personal backstage. What is like touring with a star? You know, just on the road. What is like for people, especially for those who got aspirations to get into the music industry or whatever, you know, and they haven't had the opportunity to see how things really go.
To be honest, it's hard for me to say a star because I've been knowing Rod since a kid, so I rarely use his name as Rod. I call him Noonie. It's not as easy as it seems. A lot of times they see us on the social media posting the shows and the tours and stuff, but they don't know the back end story of being on that bus for weeks. You know what I'm saying? May go 2 days without taking a shower, just working, you know what I'm saying? Ride from different city to different city, and it's going on so because it's a multi-millionaire business. So we have to represent him to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So one thing that you do realize a lot is every city, every region is different. When you're in the South, they handle certain ways. You're in the West, you see a lot of racism. in the West that I didn't imagine. I thought it was only in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you see white people and different people that like you about being raw, being a high level celebrity. He stays in high level hotels and stuff like that. Sometimes they see us walking around like, what are you guys doing here? So sometimes you get uppity people, but me, I'm the same person. I really don't even like people to know that what I do, you know what I'm saying? Because people look at you differently and ask different things. If you don't, with this tour stuff is that if you don't get this person something, to get that person something, this and that, everybody feeling entitled. So it pushed you in the back burner. It kind of put me in the box of staying home. So that's why nobody really don't see me.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Then not trying to be brag, but I ain't never been no stranger to money. So me working with him or me working for Verizon, making over 6 figures, is no different.
Yeah.
I own houses before I even did anything the right way. So I own cars. I had everything I got right now. So the money really ain't the difference. I'm not saying I'm not beneficial, but I'm just me. But it kind of puts you in a different perspective of being around people. I want to be here with you, but you my partner.
Yeah.
So I know you're going to look at me the same way we did when we sat down in OCI sitting talking.
Yeah.
So it's a little difference, but besides that, I just go to my son's school, go to certain places. I keep it moving. So it gives me a lot of anxiety of being around people. That's the bad part. The good part is seeing the world, being able to see people, a person from this city, being one of the biggest stars in the world, sitting at 17,000, 18,000 people at night. When he come out there, people falling out like he Michael Jackson, people screaming and everything, and he just a humble kid that's wanted to do his thing.
Yeah.
So it has its pros and cons, but I wouldn't change it. If I had the opportunity to, I wouldn't change it right now.
Definitely a great experience. I know a lot of people would love to have that experience, but you said one key thing, people look at the glitz and glamour of everything and they don't understand the work that got to be put in.
A lot of work.
And I think that's a great, and we've had these conversations before, just talking period on life, but I think that's important that, especially people who are pursuing something, that they have to be more focused and consider and concrete focus on the work that has to go in versus the lights, camera, action. You know what I'm saying? Like even like I've had people come here that we interview and we pop these lights on and they like, oh, dang, Chuck, y'all doing your thing and all that, man, but they don't understand everything that went in before when I had the little flow lights, you know what I'm saying? When the walls was light gray, when I had one table, one chair, like it's so much. I was up so many nights. I was rewriting. I was writing stuff. I was writing down strategies and figuring out how I was going to pursue certain things. And even to get to this point 1 year later, like we've outgrown us, I'm ready to move, but people don't understand the story. Like they say, the story behind the glory. So, bigger than the glitz and glamour, that's just the icing on the cake. But you got to be willing to put in the work and understand, you said a key thing, and I'm going to pass it back to you, understand who and what you represent. So, you being on the road, it ain't about Zoe. It ain't about what Zoe good. It ain't about Zoe gift. It ain't about Zoe talent. It's about what and who Zoe represent. Because if Zoe don't represent well, Zoe don't tour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think people have to understand that when committing to a work, man, you got to remember that we all represent something bigger than us. And if you in it for what you can gain out of, you in it for how it makes you look in your shine, there's a pretty good chance it ain't gonna flow as smooth as things out of flow. But you said a key point, dog. You said perspective. So traveling and touring and doing all this stuff, some of the stuff you just named, has there been any life lesson that you learned that you apply to your plan? Are you gonna apply to something that you're gonna pursue in the future? Like anything, one situation, anything that you learned that maybe, and you could have known it, but it was really brought to life on the road, something that you say, man, you know what? I can apply some of this stuff to my life and take my life to whatever's next.
Patience.
Talk about it.
Patience and faith. And when I say faith, since we're felons, I speak on felons. It's like going to trial. I couldn't do that because I couldn't put my faith in somebody else's hands.
That's right.
I try to always control my own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, losing somebody close to you, it does something different. He taught me patience.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Uncle D.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's all right. Talk, dog.
And like a lot of people say how we hang with each other and stuff like that. He was my best friend, you know what I'm saying? But he taught me a lot, and I'm a pretty sharp dude, so I'm cocky to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So I really don't feel like too many people smarter than me or sharper than me at certain things, especially a peer. And we was peers, so patience was different because he always used to tell me certain things about you gotta just relax and let it play its part. And me, I think I'm a great father. He taught me things about being a father with the patience, and I watched him how he handled Rod on situations about letting him. He just tell you. He don't yell. He's very mild mannered. He'll tell you and let you figure it out. Instead of me, I used to force it to be done. I used to be controlling and make a person do a certain thing. So that perspective changed a lot because it made me sit back and handle things differently. So I looked at my oldest son. I used to be real hard on him about certain things, but by being around these other youngsters, I see how they move and how they act. So it's like, damn, he ain't that bad. He just doing what we did when we was younger.
Yeah.
But as we get older, we look at things so differently. It's like, bro, you bugging, you tripping, but I gotta let him be his own man.
Yes, sir.
So me and him used to go back and forth about being so hard on him. He's like, bro, you gotta just let him make a mistake. And I'm like, bro, he can fumble and he may not recover from that fumble. That fumble can mess him up for life. And he asked me, have I fumbled? I'm like, yeah. I said, but look what you at now. So I never really understood it. It went over my head until now. So like, it's a lot of different things that I wouldn't have done before that I do now. A lot of people say it's so scary, emotional. You wear your emotion on your sleeve, but I don't care no more. Like, I go see a psychiatrist to talk about mental health, about anxiety, and about other things. But I think that's what a lot of black men need to hear because we've had the weight of the world on our shoulder. Like me now, if you'd have told me, was about to tell you to edit this shit because I'm emotional. I'm like, because we was taught not to shed a tear, not to show nothing, not to show no emotion or nothing. But I can't figure out sometimes when you shed a tear, it rejoices you, make you feel refreshed. So I'm like, what does that do? I had to Google it and realize that it's hormones that come out of something that make you when you cry. So sometimes I'm not saying you just cry all the time, but sometimes I just cry by thinking about my child or how old I'm getting and certain things. So I'm saying to say that being on that road and sometimes just sitting back and having a lot of time just to recollect and think about things makes you understand what life really about. We only get one of them.
Yeah.
So you got to take advantage of them and do the best you can. But it's just, as a man, Chuck, you know it, man, it's hard, bro, because we got the weight of the world on our shoulders. A black man with a DC number?
Yeah. Man,
that's so hard, man. I used to be so embarrassed to say that I've been to prison or something, especially working in corporate America and something like that. And my sister Joy I used to say, why me? And she told me one day when I was shot and I couldn't walk, and she was like, why not you? And I didn't understand that then. But I'm like, damn, I take my wins, I be good.
Yeah, yeah.
And I ain't saying why me when I'm winning.
That's right.
So when I take my loss, I gotta accept it.
Gotta take it the same way.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's stuff like it's funny, but it's real. And if we wait too long to embrace it and get caught up in the monetary values of things, I used to feel like monetary values define success.
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't mean nothing, Chuck, because I see people, I ain't gonna speak on it, got money, but they ain't happy.
Yeah.
Because they lost themselves out in that. I can have $1,000, but if I got my family, and I'm loved, that means something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to take heed to what we're doing and what we're doing it for. Like I say, a lot of people say the same thing. How I feel to be on the road. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
You know what I think about when I'm out there? Getting home to Zaire Biddines.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. You said something, dog, about therapy. You know, we talk about that a lot. Actually, I just I got some therapy sessions starting next week. I'm going back into mine. Just kind of like even taking the car in for a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, our mental health is under attack. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, us being felons, we got a DC number, me, you, Keezy. We already labeled the disadvantage. And people don't understand, especially for those of us who's been to prison, they don't understand prison was by design. You know what I'm saying? So beyond everything that we see working before our eyes, there's always something behind the scenes that's taking place. And there's a psychological plan that has been executed and has been successful every time we go through that system. And if we don't come out and we don't begin to repair what has been torn up, and being black, us, and we're going to talk about this coming off the streets, coming off the corners, hustling stuff that was fun, the psychological damage, the mental damage, the perspective that was warped, you know what I'm saying, thinking we had to treat certain people this way, I act certain way, those values, the things that became values, we have to unlearn a lot of stuff because those seeds have taken deep root in a lot of our lives, and it causes us to be mentally unstable. And cats think, like you said, cats got money, cats think, man, I'm good, I'm good, just a cop-out for not wanting to look in the mirror and face who you really are. The stuff that when you alone, you know, like, I be transparent. I had a Monday night in the shower, man, I broke down, and I cried. And it was the first time, I think my dad had been dead 24 years, and Monday night was the first night I grieved my daddy death. You know, like the whole time at the funeral, I ain't cried. Like I had just been good, miss you pops and all that. But I really had to check my emotion. I really had to let it go. You know about what you're saying with the release. And when I did, like I felt so much better, and that was a good cry I needed. And I think some of us, we just need to cry, and we won't. That's, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you said, it's how we was taught as a black man. Like we got to be strong, we got to carry the family, we got to provide for the kids. It's so much we have to do that we don't have time to be vulnerable. And I think that's what we got to get in life. You know what I'm saying? With my therapy, what I'm getting ready to go into is just being in the moment and learning how to be vulnerable so I can grow. You know what I'm saying? So that's key. But speaking of damage, let's go back now. Let's talk about these days in the streets a little bit. Let's work our way to the penitentiary. So, how many times you been to the penitentiary?
Twice.
And how old was you the first time you went?
19.
And the second time was when you and I was in the penitentiary together. So we was about 23,
22.
Yeah, something like
22.
that. Okay. So 19, I kind of know, but what was life like leading up to that? You know what I'm saying? What led to that? Let's hustling. Let's take it from high school, 16th and all 16th, that. Just kinda,
really not understanding, really feeling like I'm not going to. I played football as a youngster. I'm like, I ain't going to college for football. I ain't gonna work at McDonald's. Let me sell some dope. I didn't really think that it was doing nothing bad. I'm like, well, shit, I'm just making me some money. I always had morals and principles. My mom always told me, don't steal. If you steal, you're gonna lose it twice. You know what I'm saying? I handle people the way they want to be handled, so I never put no bad moves on them. I was a solid person. I didn't trust too many people. So I kept to myself because, I knew people, but I wasn't born here, so I had a circle of people that I come up with, and I stayed in that little circle. So, getting money and going to jail, I really didn't think I'm too young. I'll never forget me, AC on the block telling the police, man, we young, man. Y'all go get them other people. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Let's leave us alone. We didn't think we're doing nothing wrong. But as time grew, got bigger. Now you start getting more money, so you want to elevate the different things. So as I look back now, I was a bad drug dealer because I was just selling dope and didn't even care. Riding around with a bad tag, with drugs in the car, and didn't even care. And the police know I ain't got no license. And I'm still doing it. Sitting out here with the dope and they riding by, we still making money, not even being discreet, just wide open. We on the block, we running, jump in the car, make the money and go. It was wide open. It wasn't nothing, but went to jail one time, bonded out. Went to jail again, bonded out. So I felt like I had money. It didn't make a difference. I'm bonded out. Till I was in jail one time and I ain't had no bond. I was mad as hell. I'm sitting in here, I got money, but I can't get out.
Yeah.
So I sat in there for a little bit. I finally got a bond. And this was the craziest thing in the world, so I never forget it. I went to court. The judge offered me 2 years straight prison or 18 months with 3 years probation. Guess what I took? 18 months and 3 years probation. My dumb ass got out, went to jail, went to prison, maxed it out at a JIT camp, Lancaster, CI. They had us marching and all this PT and all this stuff here. And it changed my mind because I'm in Trenton, Florida. I don't even know where that's at.
Straight country.
Hell yeah. I'm like, man, I get off the bus. They said Trenton, Florida. I'm like, mama, I don't know where they at. I just know it's a bunch of flies. It's hot. And they rednecks. They talking to some type of way. So at that point in time, I had goals and stuff in my mouth. So they think I'm a city slicker and all this here. And I'm
Not to
looking
mention
at
you
them.
from Miami.
Yeah. And I'm looking at them like, well, y'all got the same, y'all bases, man. I made money off y'all. Tell you to go outside and sweep the sidewalk to the sun, sweep the sun off the sidewalk. And I'm like, bro, how can I do some shit like that? All types of stuff, and it literally make you feel like a slave or something. Got me on the knees picking up grass and all this stuff here, and over time, they told us I can't look at for the longest. I really didn't like white people, but I changed it from not liking white people to not liking honkies. I feel like it's a difference. White person is a regular person. The honky is them rednecks and that treat you bad. You know what I'm saying? Man, tell me don't even look the white man lady in the eyes. So I got to look down. Over time, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still cocky. I still got paper in the prison. You know what I mean? But shit, they break you down. So I ended up maxing my whole sentence out. I did every day, day for day. You know what I mean? Because I was rebellious, but I wasn't fighting all that stuff there, but I didn't respect authority. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons, not to jump stuff, that's one of the reasons that I coached my son. I asked you to coach because I felt like with the kids, if you teach them how to respect authority, it'll help them when they get older. Yeah. Because a lot of times you feel like, you ain't my mom, you ain't my dad, don't tell me what to do. And when they grow up, they tell that to the police, they tell that to the judge, tell it to everybody. And now you put yourself in position. One time I was in the box, I remember like yesterday, a white man, I don't know his name. He said, you so stupid. I'm like, man, shut up. Like, look at your dumb ass in this box. You telling me, but I'm giving you this time. He said, but every night I go home and I fuck my wife. Excuse me for cussing. He said, why you sitting here in this box, getting 3 meals a day, not doing nothing? I thought about this. I say, he dead ass right. I can cuss him out. I'm in a box. I can't do nothing to him. My words ain't affecting him. We go home every day. I'm punishing myself. Yeah. Like, damn. I couldn't get no more game time, so I got out the box and it hurt me more hard when I was getting EOS. I was going to, you go to breakfast where you leave out. Yes, sir. One of the inmates looked at me, not inmate, the officer, and I ain't really talked to this honky. He looked at me and said, I'll see you in 6 months. I said, man, fuck, you crazy as hell. Fuck you. I'm maxed out. He just started laughing. I ain't seen him in 6 months. But I damn sure got another charge for driver spinning license and I don't know. It was fast. It was fast. I went back to prison. I got out August 14th, 1998, and I got locked back up again. Yeah, 99, we was on the yard. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I put it in perspective. So it was different, but I got out, and guess what? I went back to the same thing. I ain't drive no more, but I still hustled. And I kept hustling, but I changed the game and changed to a different place, did different things. So I moved up from being on the corner to doing, you know what I'm saying, other things. Yeah, a little higher scale of hustling, So what's because I know, like, I had to be honest with people, dog, when we talk about the streets. Like, I had fun in the streets. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of fun, and the world, some people think it's all bad, but you have so much fun, that be the grip. But what's something that you regret from your time in the streets? Like, I'm going to start with me. One thing I regret, because it affected everybody different, and I know you to be a great dad, but one thing I regret, not even that I regret going to prison and the little stuff, all that stuff, the gun stuff, all the stuff I've been through, I regret the time I neglected for being a father to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know how it is, when you have a trap, and Keezy, you live there. Yeah. Like you said, like even y'all all on the road, you say y'all might go 2 days without taking a bath, touring. That's just trap life. So at the most sometimes I might go drop money off, for the kids and all that. But those important conversations, like, I wasn't able to have, because if I wasn't in jail, if I'm in the trap, like, I'm so committed and dedicated and married to that, that I'm not walking in my responsibilities as a father. And I love my kids, and all my kids know. But it's been some stumbling blocks and some speed humps in my relationship with some of my kids because I chose to be in the street
Because if you commit to something, you got to be there.
Yeah.
You know, all that, you juggling and all that. When you hustling in the trap or you hustling at the store, like you got to be there or you don't make no money. You know what I'm saying? So I regret, that's my biggest regret from the street, that I miss, that I didn't spend the right time being a father for my kids. So for you, just in the streets, what you regret?
My oldest son, 29 now. So I went to prison. 97, he was just born. I got out and went back. So at that point in time, I really didn't understand what being a father was. Like, I just talked to my homeboy, Tyler, just did 25 and a half years. And I never forget, one day we was riding, getting money, and my son was like 5 or 6 months. So he was in the little car seat, in the back seat, so I went to make a play. And he was like, bro, you got your son in the car. I'm like, nigga, he don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, nigga, what the... He's like, but what if something go bad, he in the car? I say, damn.
Never thought about it.
I ain't think about it like that, though. So from that point in time, I never did nothing illegal around my son. I didn't know he even knew I sold drugs. You know what I mean? So I tried to keep him from around him. But I still, like you said, I wasn't spending as much time with him. So I didn't understand what it took to be a father until my daughter.
Yeah.
Seeing her every day, wake up, just talking me to death, or just walking in the house and saying, Daddy. That's when I stopped hustling. You feel what I'm saying? I did a little bit, but I was like, nah, I can't. I don't want to leave this.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I regret, like, me and my oldest son, we don't have the greatest relationship. Nah, he can't never say I wasn't a father.
Yeah.
But for them first 5 years, until like 2001, I wasn't great, like, because I was in and out of prison. You know what I mean? I didn't really understand what it took to be a father. You know what I mean? But like on his Christmas, I don't know what to buy him. I just went to Toys R Us. Anything said 5 and under, I just
grabbing
bought
it.
Yeah. He didn't like none of this shit. He said, Daddy, you can take that back. My girlfriend at the time bought him some little squeeze shit for $5. This nigga
Yeah,
liked
he loved it.
You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't understand it. So she taught me how to be a man with raising my daughter and my other son. So just growing up with that there, it made me look at life differently. You feel what I'm saying? So that was one thing. But like I said, that was at adolescence because we was young, you know what I'm saying? Getting money, running around the clubs and all that stuff there. So I don't realize that my son at home, my baby mama, I think if I do this and that there, she's straight. But it's a lot of the things that I didn't instill in them.
Yeah.
So now I embrace it with my youngest son because it's trial and error. So the things that I made a mistake with him, my oldest son with, my youngest son I do differently.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time with him. You feel me? So like he at the school now waiting for me to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I spend a lot of time with him because I don't want him to go through the same things that my older son do. And it's 20-some years later, but it still affects it because, like I said, the patient situation. So my older son, I used to be hard on him. So now I be lenient, but I still don't have a relationship with him because I think he think I'm the same person that I was before.
Yeah.
And he don't know the Kuzo, you know what I'm saying? But it's a balance because all his homeboys cool with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one of his homeboys I managed, and when he was a kid, I used to say, man, stay the hell from around him. He's a little badass. He said, Daddy, but you around him now every day. I laugh about it. But it used to hurt me that I can't have a relationship with my son. But if I call him, his homeboy, he got a father, he gonna answer the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning. He called me for advice, so it balanced me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm not as bad, but like I said, I wish I could have a relationship with my son because I only got one life.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. So that was the thing I regretted the most because I wonder if I would have did things differently, would our relationship be better?
Yeah.
If I would have been there because I was young, Chuck. I ain't like I said, I hurt baby mama, I apologize, but when he was first born, I ain't my child.
Yeah.
There ain't no relationship, that ain't mine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that reflect, if she put that on him, say that stuff or not. But when I seen him, I loved him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was mine, but I'm 18, Chuck.
Yeah. 18 in the streets.
My daddy was in prison, so I didn't never know what love meant. My daddy told me to protect and provide. That's all he taught me.
Yeah.
How to get money. So that's all I knew. So those things I couldn't instill in my son because I was younger. So like I see people now riding around smoking weed with their kids and all that stuff. Then I'm like, nigga, is you crazy? But I think about myself. I was getting the money.
Yeah.
Selling dope with my son in the back seat.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to take into consideration, like I say, patience. You got to look at people from a different perspective because I made the same mistakes. Chuck, I'm riding around with a bunch of dope with a bad fucking tag on a candy paint car. I got a bad tag.
The box Chevy?
Box Chevy, I had a bad tag, Chuck. I'm driving with no license, man. And the police know I ain't got license. Coming through, bang, I said, oh, shit. I got a high-speed chase. Me and God bless his Juicy with high-speed chase every time he see me. Pull up in the car, jump out. Now they know where I'm going at.
Yeah.
They go right to Ace House on 11th. Oh, and they go right to Ace House. They got me roped off.
Yeah.
Now I'm stupid as hell. But now, so when the kids do the same thing, I have to put in perspective like, damn, that was me 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's why I say patience.
Got to look at it different. Yeah. Patience without judgment.
Yeah, that's a
but
great
you said a key thing, dog, and it's something that the more people I talk to, like that, us who come out the streets, us who did time, the hiccups, like I just spoke, like in our relationship with our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like my oldest son too, I put that hustling spirit in him without even trying to. Same thing you did. I remember when I was around my baby mama house and I was, cutting up a cookie. And that's when we had that good dope back in the day when you used to have to cut it in the shoebox. So I'm cutting it, it's popping. So my son used to see like, Dad, what's that? I'd be like, this medicine. I deliver medicine, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But one time I was cutting and one of them must have popped was in the carpet. He ended up finding it, showing his mom. I'm glad he didn't take it to school. Showing his mom, look, here go one of my daddy pills and stuff like that. But as I got older and thought about it, like I got a son, like that hustle. He grind, he do what he got to do, you know what I'm saying? But now I look and it's like I put that in him. Yeah. He might think he learned it from other, you know what I'm saying? But I put that in him when he was a kid and he was seeing me. And I had my son coming to the trap. Baby mama dropped him off here in the trap with me and all that. And I'm thinking I'm being a cool dad. Yeah. When, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's best you don't even be around. So I definitely understand that. I think that's something we all deal with. Our relationship with our kids, man, and people don't understand, like, it's part of the attack that has been upon us to just break our families up. But real quick before we get out of here, so we talked about a loss and we share that, and I know a lot of felons share that. So I think we're gonna eventually have to do some show with fathers with the relationship with their kids. But what's something that you gained from being in prison in the streets?
Knowledge, wisdom, able to read a person.
That's what's up.
Because you in that joint, everybody, you know what I'm saying, had helicopters with gold propellers and all that, you know what I'm saying, and the people ain't sending no money. So you can look at a person like, I tell one of my little homeboys about a certain person, he got one gold in his mouth. I don't trust niggas with one gold. You feel what I'm saying? Like, straight up. I'm not, no joke or lie. You got one gold in the top row? Nah. Well, if you got it on the side, I may respect you, a player, pimp. If you got one or two right there?
Something ain't right.
Nah, you a shyster. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I just look at them because I have a, you go to what up, jit, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying?
You see they with that one right now.
Yeah, so everything they tell you, they're trying to get something out of it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that makes me look at a person like, so it also put me in perspective where it's not that good. So I feel like if I do something for you, if you do something for me, I'm going to do it back. Yeah. Because I want you to say, I owe you back. You feel what I'm saying? So it's reciprocation. But then sometimes you got to realize that if you do it, just do it out the kindness of your heart.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't want nothing in return. Yeah. If they give you something back in return, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't read the Bible and everything, but just like being in prison, you got to read the Bible. Sometimes pray in that corner. Don't let everybody see you pray.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you're keeping it to yourself.
Yeah.
But sometimes when people do this here and I bought you a pair, I bought my dog this here, that ain't genuine. You doing it for the people that clicks and likes.
Yeah. And that ain't really reciprocation. Like you said, reciprocation is doing it and nothing in return. Because that book do tell us that when you give other people pour into your life, and that's reciprocation. Reciprocation, when you give somebody something and they give it back, that's just payback. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't reciprocation when it comes from somewhere else. Yeah. At a different time in your life when you didn't expect it and you didn't know it was coming.
So so now prison made me understand that everybody in life have an ulterior motive. I got to determine if their ulterior motive insults my integrity.
Gotcha.
Or if it affects my integrity.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it doesn't, I'm cool with it. Because I may have an ulterior motive. My ulterior motive might be bad. I may came on here to speak my truth.
Yeah.
To vent.
Yeah.
That was my ulterior motive. It ain't bad.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So everybody has one. So it gives me a chance to read a person and judge them. So a lot of times that's why I keep to myself. And I speak, you know what I'm saying? But because you've been in that, man. Everybody's a killer. Everybody the biggest drug dealer in the world. And sometimes they don't even hit the canteen. Yeah. I'm like, how you got all this money? You can't even buy a bag of chips.
Yeah.
But then you got sometimes people be in there and they took a bad turn and people burnt them for their money. So I can understand you being indigent, but you're still a player. You still know how to handle yourself. Money don't define you.
Yeah.
Because you can have no money, but you know how to live and be yourself compared to coming trying to run a move on you and do this. You might be a hustler. Hey, man, look here. I work in laundry. I wash a bag. Give me $1, $2 a week. You hustle.
I got you. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's different being a drug dealer than being a hustler.
Yeah.
A drug dealer just sell drug. A hustler find a way to do it.
Find a way to do
tell
it.
Mac out there on the corner.
With that fruit.
That fruit. You know what I mean? He put that respect. Like, a lot of these niggas just drug dealers, though. I'm like, nigga, what we are? Nah, dog, we different. So that's something that the drug game, when I went out there on that road and was able, and my dog gave me a chance, he knew I ain't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But he's like, nigga, you smart. I'm like, so I understand if I buy for this price, I sell it for that price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Made
so
a profit.
Now let's do it. So now I'm sitting there stacking these boxes, doing this here, making sure the inventory right and all this stuff. Same thing with my dope.
Mm-hmm.
I cut my dope up. I count my rocks. I know how many I got. I take a certain amount out. I sell it. I come back. I'm getting low. All right, let me buy some more. Let me do it. Pounds do the same thing. Everything the same. Same thing when I get low. Let me make sure I order so I don't wait till I'm getting low. I don't want to sell out.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I always got supply and demand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give you a good product. Give you good quality.
Yeah.
Because if I give you something good, you're going to come back.
That's right.
But if I'm trying to beat you in the old school, I don't know what the shots do now, but put baking soda, mix it in, and I'm really giving you 20 grams. You feel what I'm saying? If you thinking 28, no, I ain't spending all money. I drop it in the water, I'm losing.
Yeah.
But if you drop that shit in that water and that shit come back, good dope sell itself.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't got to do no commercial.
Yeah.
I got good dope.
Yeah.
You gonna tell him, he gonna tell her,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna spread.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna get scared. I'm like, well, I can't do that shit when niggas come to the door. You feel what I'm saying? No, I'm keeping it a buck.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I know you.
I don't know your mama. I know you close. I ain't fucking with you because I don't know what you gonna do, what your motives is.
Yeah.
Because I've been in prison. I seen niggas come up under you and want to sit up under you and want a bag of chips and want a honey bun, and now every time you turn around they want something. Nah, man. Let me get your chicken. I give you this here. We straight.
And we do one time deal.
That's
I ain't
it.
looking for no clientele.
I don't need nothing else. What's up?
Get in your mic. Get in your mic.
Wow.
We're gonna close off with that one.
Wow. Damn. That's it's so it changed because I used to be scared to say I was a felon because when I used to work doing the computers, I used to be embarrassed. So I thought they looked down on me, but I'm looking at them like they want bagels and coffee. I'm like, I don't. But I stayed in the shell, and as I got older and moved to different jobs, I was able to say I'm the same person as them. But at first, I didn't think I was. I didn't think that I could get a job with big people, like working for Verizon, making over $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm a 2-time felon. I didn't think I could do that. So you got to believe in yourself and be articulate to a certain degree. You have to change your ways. You can't go in there saying my nigga this and that. That's why I use Joe or yo a lot, because I had to protect myself from saying certain words. But I had to be myself because felon is hard, man. Because right now, well, you know what? I think it's a little different now because they lock so many people up, and going to jail it's not frowned upon as much as it was back when we were young. When we were young, you can apply for, only way you work was the city.
Yeah.
That's it. You can work the way with the city, maybe the garbage people, or you be your own entrepreneur. But now, after COVID, everybody's entrepreneurs. So everybody have opportunity to do what they want to do. So if you believe in yourself, then you can do anything you want to do. I know it sounds cliche, it sounds corny, but it's the truth. But you gotta believe in yourself because you might be tough on the exterior, but be very insecure. And I was about myself as a person, because no matter I had a bachelor, I went to school and got a bachelor's degree and all that there, but I didn't feel like I was regular. So when they asked me these questions like this, I used to lie. I didn't tell a person about my past. But now I don't care who knows, because I couldn't get from point A to point B without doing it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I use this analogy so much, and it might go over your head, but you can't multiply if you don't know how to add.
Yeah.
So you can't just jump to multiplication. So you got to learn how to add first. So if those steps didn't get me to where I was at, I'd probably be lost. You know what I mean? So a lot of niggas ain't been to prison before, and they out here, and no disrespect to none of them, riding a bicycle, staying with their mamas and stuff, or doing the things because they didn't get grounded. They didn't understand to be humbled.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how much money you got, you only can spend 40. I don't know how much it is now, but I only can spend $45 a week. So it's 100. I see. So it was like that.
Oh, it was 45.
You
Yeah,
spend $45 a week,
Yeah.
and guess what? You got the same clothes. You may have your blues crisp, you may have your bro grain shiny, but it's the same thing. And when you go through OCI, you got shitty drawers and bad clothes when you first get in there and got stains. Don't give a damn who you is. You gonna squat. That's the worst day of prison. That first day when you go in there and they treat you like a piece of shit. You around a bunch of niggas around there squatting, they cutting your hair, and you get draws that's dirty. I'm like, bro, these I can't wear these. Better get this shit to keep going. That humbles you.
Yeah.
So without the humility of going through that, I wouldn't have understood taking a job at $12.50 an hour. I wouldn't have understood because I felt like I'm too good for that. And so it was a balance of kissing ass for $1. I ain't selling my integrity. $1 raise is $40 a week.
Mm-hmm.
I just won't eat certain lunches. I'll bring a soup or something to balance that out.
Yeah.
So I had to stick that integrity and stand 10 toes down. But
Gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah, and that's key. Because you said it about Verizon and all that. Believing in yourself mean you gotta with confidence know you belong in whatever room you end up in. You know, like you belong in that room. Like we got a shirt that say, the only difference between you and me is I got caught. You didn't.
Yeah, because I ain't believe myself. My first interview was a panel interview. I forgot my name. And I ain't trying to say to make a joke.
Yeah.
It was Verizon one time and they had a bunch of people sitting at the desk and phones. So, and I'm thinking I'm in DR court. You know, DR court, the people sitting like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. So they asked me, and I'm like, man, I said, next question. Like, I asked you what your name was. Like, so I can't even lie to you. I really can't. That's my first interview.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't never understand about they had the teach you how to interview and stuff like that there. You know what I'm saying? Barry Brown's senior principal at Gibbs taught me the STAR technique. Situation, task, action, result.
Okay.
So when you do that, I lied.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of a situation, how to fix it, action, result.
Okay.
People hired me.
STAR technique. I ain't never
You feel
heard of
what I'm
that.
saying?
I like that.
It's an interview process. You know, he the principal at Gibbs, so he taught me that a long time ago because, Chuck, I was scared. All the jobs I got, I faked it till I made it, or I did over the phone.
Yeah.
I had one good job. We was coaching together. It was two black men. So I felt like they black.
Yeah, you felt comfortable, yeah.
But around the white man is sitting there asking me these questions, I just think that I'm not good at y'all.
Yeah.
No matter how smart I am, I got a bachelor's degree. I'm
And you smarter than them.
I didn't believe that.
Yeah.
I knew I can get more money than them. I knew I can hustle better than them. But in that field, I didn't think I was good enough. So I used to be in the box. I used to just not try enough. Just like these kids right now, don't get up and read in front of the class because they're scared they mess up. That was me at the job. As long as I get this check every week, I'm straight.
Yeah.
That's why I started crying. That's what my homeboys would say, you being content. You making $50,000 a year back then. Shit, I'm balling.
Yeah.
No, it's not, Zo. You can get my man. I don't care what you talking about. Boy, I got direct deposit every 2 weeks. I'm good. He kept pushing it. I left there and went to Verizon. Now I'm making $100,000 a year. Nigga, I'm balling. I'm taking trips and everything because it's free money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't never leaving this shit. You niggas crazy. Doing COVID, everybody stressing. I'm sitting home getting paid.
Yeah.
Like, Zo, man, so much more. When I went out there, I seen niggas like me and you millionaires, Joe.
Yeah.
Millionaires. This nigga said he got over $200 million in real estate. He told me that. I'm like, what? How this nigga look like me?
Yeah.
So now my goal is I gotta try to get that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I said, damn, it was a risk, it was a gamble. That's why my anxiety came up because I couldn't control it.
Yeah.
Now I ain't controlling it. Now I'm putting my faith in somebody else's hand that it's gonna work right. Because if he fumbled, I'm fucked.
Everything over.
Now I gotta start back over. Now everybody looking at, Zo left Verizon, did all this here, now he back here to doing this here. But I can't worry about what they do.
That's right.
I gotta worry about my son, my daughter, my other son, my other daughter. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they straight. So I took it faith. I pray a lot. I don't go to church that often. No, I ain't gonna say often. I don't go to church. But
I ain't been in a long time either.
yeah, because you know what I'm saying, prison kind of messed me up with church too, because everybody came in there, they been through what you've been through, the preachers and all that stuff there. So, but church good. I be thinking they talking about me when I go in there, but I just think it's what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, but life be life, man.
Yeah.
Life be really life, man. And like I said, I want to tell you I'm proud of you, bro. Like, remember you had your vision while we was coaching together, and You say I'm gonna write a book, and I'm like, this nigga Chuck losing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, write a book. What is time to write a book? And you start going on things. I'm like, you can't come to game because you got a book. I'm like, this nigga here back in the eye. But then as you go, you kept getting bigger and kept getting bigger. And then when I went to the hospital, by the time you gave me your book to read and I read it, I'm like, damn. And then I see you keep growing. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk every day. Every time I check in, you talk about me, Chuck, but every time I check in with you, you shooting through the roof. You doing something different. I'm finna go here. Now you gotta, I remember the first time you told me you're gonna do it, I said, yeah. Then you had a little hiccups. And look at it. So I'm proud of you, dog, because like I say, this ain't what everybody do. You know what I'm saying? You had a vision to give back to the community, to give back to felons, to give back to the kids of what you've been through. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody in your family was a preacher? Or somebody close to you a preacher, something you knew? Was your stepdad or something?
Yeah, my stepdad. Yeah, pastor, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I know, I guess that's your, you know what I mean? That's your calling to speak to us.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need somebody that been through where you've been at, and you know they been there. I ain't talking about these fake people who be saying they been there, but you know they been there. We done sat down together in the OCI and been there. We done remember you got the bullets all on you. This nigga Chuck Crazy. Nigga. See what I'm saying? A bullet for every. This nigga Chuck Crazy with the bandana. See, I don't know that Chuck. I know with the bandana on his head thinking he Tupac. You know what I'm saying? But look at it to where you at, not sitting in front of a microphone talking to you. Know what I'm saying? They wouldn't imagine. I ain't gonna say the name because you know the crazy, but our friend, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Chuck crazy as hell. She told me, I see it now. They don't know. They know Coach Chuck out there running with the coaching. No, that nigga up there the first, 18th. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of you, dog. Like,
appreciate it, bro.
You do. I ain't say did because that's past. You're doing something.
Yes, sir.
That's great, man, and motivate me. That's why I came out to be a part of it, dog, because I'm proud of you, man. Sometimes we got to give each other flowers when we're here.
Yeah.
Because when you leave, man, you can't do nothing but say what you could have, should have did.
Yeah. Like you said, we only got one life.
One life, man. It's hard, man. I cry sometimes. Like you said, you cried when I cried Sunday because my son started in high school. I'm like, what the fuck? I started laughing after it was over with. I cried. I'm talking about snot coming out my nose. I'm crying. I take him to home,
I was
boy.
in the shower.
I tell my dog, you know what I'm saying? He says, "Zo, you scared me." I say, "No, I ain't gonna hurt myself, man." But the dog finna go to high school, man. 3-4 more years, he out of here, man. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Because I lost myself. So I don't. It's like all this that I'm saying. Chuck don't none make me happy but my kids.
Yeah.
I'm talking about shows. I'm talking about I ain't gotta like brag and boast, but they know they be on trips and something like that. They don't ask me the most. Zo ain't going on. He's staying with I.
Yeah.
They try to take me my birthday. They in a jet. I'm like, bro, I'm straight. So he gonna have another game. Come on. Man, I'm good.
Yeah, that's what I live for.
Going home. All right, now guess what I'm gonna do? Go pick him up.
Pick him up.
It's my best friend. Because he loved me for me. He loved me for Lorenzo. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't know nothing. When I got shot, when he was born, I was at my worst, Chuck. I had this guy shot, couldn't even walk. He had $642 a month from Social Security. He didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But he know that I'm his hero.
Yeah.
That's all. You know it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
I know,
So
dog.
that's what I'm saying. So
I know everything we talking about.
And they say he probably my favorite, but I love all my kids. But if it's broke down, he gonna get an extra %. Cause he keep me there. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
He give me something so when he leave, I don't know what to do with myself.
You'll figure that. You'll figure that.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about that. Like you said, you always been a hustler. You always figure out to do with your time. So, man, we appreciate you stopping by. We could talk another 2 hours. We could talk for a couple hours, man, but we're going to wrap it up, man. So, Felons Ain't Failure podcast, Felon X. This Lorenzo in the building, man. Y'all check out this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. And listen, if you know a fella, tell a fella. And if you got a story to tell or you want to get some information out, hit us up. You can go to our website. We got a link that we post all over social media. It's going to be at the bottom of the screen. You can tap that, put that in, sign up to be a guest on the show. We'll get you in here, man, and we'll let you talk about your life and talk about the impact that it had on your life and that you can have on your community. Until then, man, we'll talk to y'all later. Fellas Ain't Failure podcast. This is Coach Chuck. Love you. Peace. We out of here.
Peace.